Welcome to a new episode of Date Like a French Woman. This is it. We are in the day of love, Valentine's Day 2018. And today we are going to talk about 3 ways to create an unforgettable Valentine's Day, maybe the best one you have ever had so far, whether you are single or whether you are dating. And if you are dating, whether you are dating for a long time or you just started. This came to my mind because last week I came across 3 people who were very uncomfortable with the idea of Valentine's Day. They didn't know exactly what would make their partner happy. They were not sure how to make themselves happy, if they even liked the idea of Valentine's Day. One of them told me that they don't celebrate Valentine's Day in his marriage because, in fact, it's Valentine's Day every day of the year. This idea, I must say, I have quite some resistance about it. And it was a guy, and I told him that as a woman, I want to have my man do something special for me on Valentine's Day, and I love doing something special for him. Because every occasion that you have to make your partner feel special is an opportunity to show your love. So unless you are really, really putting the effort throughout the year to make your partner feel special, celebrate Valentine's Day and even celebrate it 2-3 times a year if you want to. So here we go. Tool number 1. And that practice or that approach, can be incorporated in your life whether you are dating or you are single. And it has to do with, as we know, Valentine's Day is the day of celebrating love. In France, it was mostly romantic love, but here in the US, it's all kinds of love. And I love that approach. So this is the day of love. And if you want more love in your life, we know the secret to that. And I've been making that a pillar of my coaching. This is self-love. So this Valentine's Day, make sure that the first person you are going to demonstrate love to is yourself. And not in an arrogant way, of course, but in a supportive, loving way, gentle, attentioned. And the way to go about it would be, there is a powerful question, a question that is going to actually help you on a brain level to become more resourceful, to find ideas about bringing more love to yourself. And that goes like this. And the way I am going to pose that question is really important because the sound that I'm going to start the question with is actually a sound that is associated with curiosity, wondering. And I heard that from Gay Hendricks a long time ago when he was talking about taking the leap to break the glass ceiling of happiness in your life. And I loved the way he posed the question because it's really, really true. So it starts like this. And is really the sound of I wonder. It's opening the door to curiosity. So when you start with it sends a signal to your brain. So you do I wonder how I could love myself more today. And I add the more because if you already are practicing self-love in your life, so it's reinforcing that. And if you are not really conscious of practicing self-love in your life, it sends a message to your brain that you are already doing it. So it sends a message to your brain of, I am already loving myself. I know it's a nuance, but at a brain level, when we're talking about sending messages to the subconscious mind, to the unconscious mind, it makes a huge difference. So let's do it again, and maybe do it with me. I wonder how I could love myself more today. And then close your eyes and take a few breaths and see what's coming to you. So it may come to you in the moment, like, oh, I feel like having a hot cocoa. I don't know, that's what just crossed my mind right now. So you go and you lovingly prepare yourself a hot cocoa. I want to take a walk in the park, and make sure you leave some space today, during the day or in the evening, to really take action on that idea. And also, another way, make sure that you also think about stuff that won't cost you any time or any detour from your regular routine. For example, let's say you're at work, you go to the bathroom, and before you go to the bathroom, go with an intention of, I'm going to send myself some love, or I'm going to find how beautiful I am. You go with the intention of finding beauty. As you know, beauty is subjective, so it can come from any angle. Just an idea of a way that you don't have to make a detour. It's something you're already doing, and it doesn't cost more time. So, one way of adding more love in your life. Another way to self-love today on Valentine's Day is to call a friend, someone you feel safe with, someone you have a great connection with, and explain to her or to him that today you want to shower yourself with love and you want to shower the world with love. And so she would be the receptacle of that love that you're going to send her, and you would be the receptacle of the love she's going to send you. And that can go in that way. You can think about 3 things that you really love about that person and voice them out to her. And I'm saying her, it can be a him, but to make it simple, voice them out to her. And then ask her to do the same for you. And while she's doing it, take it in. Take it into your heart with the intention of absorbing that beautiful love. And both of you, after the exchange, take maybe a minute to really bathe into that beautiful emotion, into the generosity of you and her giving each other love in that way. So that's another way to practice self-love today, an extra step of self-love. That was tool 1. And by the way, when you practice that, the energy that you are going to send to the world is love. So guess what? I always talk about the elevator of energy, the energy elevator. Guess what? What floor you're going to stop at when you do this kind of stuff? The floor of love. And you may even be matched with more love during the day. So that's a win-win. Now let's go to tool number 2. And for tool number 2, I'm going to address the people who are already dating. So let's say you just started to date a guy, you don't know him that well, and of course you don't feel really at ease with starting and really demonstrating too much love, because you don't want also to scare the poor guy away. It's going to be, okay, too much for me, too much for the beginning, too intense, I'm out. So go in a more subtle way. And you can even explain to him that since today it's Valentine's Day, you want to make both the day for both of you, take that day to the next level. And you decided to focus on stuff that would help you accomplish that. So same thing, you can find 2 things that you like about that person. And if you are going to meet him tonight for Valentine's, go with the intention of discovering those two things, because your brain will deliver. You're going to say, okay, tonight I wonder what I could like in him. I wonder what I could really appreciate in him. And you'll see, you'll come up with stuff. That should be your intention and what you focus on. And explain that to him. And same thing, tell him, because love is a primary need for all of us. It's a basic need. Everyone loves to receive love. And telling someone about your likes is human connection, love in a more unconditional way, in a more universal way. Not necessarily romantic love, because you don't even know maybe what's going to be with that relationship. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate that human being in front of you. You can still find something you like about them. I can find stuff about you guys and I don't even know you. I really like that you come and hear me every week. And I thank you for that, because without an audience, there is no speaker. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really like that you are geared toward self-empowerment and self-development and spiritual development. That's something we have in common. I really like that about you. It brings you to another level. So you see, you can always find stuff. It can be something physical. It can be something about a quality of the person. Use your imagination and really give the intention to your brain, and you'll be amazed with what is going to come in the surface. Now, what about someone you've been dating for a while? So you feel more comfortable about maybe expressing your feelings. You feel more comfortable telling that person that you really like them. Of course, use the same practice. Find two things, either traits, either qualities that you really like about him, and tell him. But at the same time, go to your date to meet that person that you already trust with a little bit more openness, a little bit more vulnerability. Maybe be more authentic today and share something that is more vulnerable, that is more intimate, and see where it brings you. Because sometimes, in a lot of cases actually, not even sometimes, when you share, when you really put yourself in a vulnerable position, sharing from your heart, you give permission to the other person to do the same, and it does open the door. And they step in. So that's something you can do. Now, what if you are single? Let's go to tool number 3. If you are single, first of all, I would really recommend that you look at what you associate with Valentine's Day. What story do you tell yourself about being single on Valentine's Day and not having the one you want in your life? Is it a story that brings you down, like a poor me story or a frustration story because there are no good men out there, etc., etc.? Or is it a story that is bringing you up and supporting your desire to have someone in your life? Like, I love Valentine's Day, it's the day of love, and I'm going to witness love everywhere I go. You can do that. When you look at another couple and your intention is pure and there is no envy, you can find yourself thinking stuff like, oh, that's so beautiful, soon it will be me. When you approach things that way, your desire is pure. You celebrate others. You're happy for them, and you know that it's coming for you as well. So that's one way to have a positive story for Valentine's Day, witnessing love all around. Another way is to make yourself happy. So as we said, tool number one, find ways to self-love yourself. No, that's redundant. Find way to self-love or to be self-loving today. And maybe do an extra step if there's something, for example, that you would like your man to bring you, to give to you when you will be together for Valentine's Day, like flowers or a piece of jewelry or something. Maybe go and buy it for yourself. And as you buy that, I would even buy something that lasts. You can buy flowers, but maybe buy something that lasts as well, like a plant or a piece of jewelry or a piece of clothes or a piece of art, something that's going to make your heart sing. And link that thing with your intention of this Valentine's Day being the best one so far that you're going to experience, and the beginning for many more to come that are going to be even better and better and better. That now you stepped into your real power to experience love in your life, and that you are not going to wait to have that specific person in your life to experience love. So that every time you're going to look at that item, either you're going to pass in front of it in your house, if it's a piece of art on the wall, or each time you're going to wear that jewelry, or each time you're going to water that plant, you will remember, you will reinforce that belief and that intention of experiencing experiencing love in your life. Because guess what is this going to create in your brain? A new pathway, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling. And when you feel that way, when you emote that way, you are vibrating at the level of love, and you're going to attract even more love. So it's all about aligning yourself with love. The same concept. That's why I'm teaching holistic conscious dating, because you align yourself with self-love in every choice that you make in your life, in every area. That's one way of doing it. And as we know, self-love is the main attractor for healthy love in your life. So I hope that helps. If you have comments, you can always send them to me. You can contact me on my Facebook page, Date Like a French Woman. You can join our Facebook private group, and on my website, datelikeafrenchwoman.com. If you like this podcast, please go on iTunes and give me some stars and a review. I really am intending, talking about intention, this year to really rank higher in iTunes. So I would really appreciate it. As always, if you have questions, comments, you want to submit topics about dating that you would like me to cover, contact me on my website, datelikeafrenchwoman.com, or on my Facebook page with the same name, and let's interact and connect. Have an amazing, fabulous, wonderful Valentine's Day, and may your week be filled with love of all kinds coming from everywhere in your life.